So welcome to the course. Now to begin with, let me give you an overview as to what all you can expect from this course. Now, if you are an MBA student or a young graduate looking forward to be an entrepreneur and launch your small startup, or maybe you have already launched a startup and struggling to make it survive. And if you pick up a book on entrepreneurship development, then chances are quite high that you will find the subject quite boring and mundane. That is because the books offer you information. Now, to convert that information from the books into knowledge which goes into your mind, you need somebody who can explain things to you. Somebody who can explain in a manner which you can understand. And in this course, I shall take the privilege and the responsibility of converting the information into knowledge for you. And I shall do it in a very, very simple manner with relevant practical examples and also correlating the theory with the real life situation at every stage. So to give you an idea as to what all we shall talk about, the first thing we'll talk about is to understand who is an entrepreneur. Normally, a person whom we look at and think is an entrepreneur may not be an entrepreneur. So we will clear some haze from our mind. And then we shall talk about the criteria of being an entrepreneur or the criteria for entrepreneurship. Then we shall talk about a common task which every entrepreneur has to do or perform to qualify as an entrepreneur. And then something very important which is called as the vicious cycle of poverty. We shall see what this vicious cycle of poverty is and how an entrepreneur breaks that cycle. And then we will also see what an entrepreneur achieves by breaking that vicious cycle of poverty. Then we shall delve into the theory of entrepreneurship and an enterprise, and then some real life example of these things, and we'll discuss those examples. Thereafter, I'll explain to you the conceptual model of entrepreneurship. And we will also discuss 5 core elements or absolutely essential traits which are required in an entrepreneur. We shall discuss this in detail over a span of 2 lessons. And then we will go back to where we had started from and do some minor case study and self-assessment. Thereafter, I shall explain to you the difference between an entrepreneur and a manager before I conclude with a thank you note. So you are ready to begin with me?